knows where, how, with whom to manifest. If it needs to be somewhere, it'll be right there, I don't know. Well, to meet someone and be with them for, let's say, for 50 years. In some other case, it'll be with someone for 3 months. Or maybe it'll meet someone and be with them for 10 years. And so it goes for 8 billion people. It happens differently everywhere. Sometimes you meet someone for a moment, sometimes for an hour, sometimes for 10 hours, I don't know, it happens differently. That's the essence of it. But don't cling to those whom you meet in life. Don't lose yourself, otherwise you lose yourself. Enjoy every single moment of your life as it's happening. Even if your meeting lasts for... It's not really about you two meeting, it's actually about your moment, so enjoy it. It's a miracle that you still exist. And you can get to know all those people and all of that. Does it really matter how it happens? It's incredible, and it exists. You can discover this form of relationship and that one, just accept yourself completely. And it will align. But as long as you deny, as long as you think that it's bad, you'll keep exploring it, until you see that this is also you. There's just no bad and good in the world. Until this concept in which you've existed all your life collapses. Just the very idea that all of these people should only behave this or that way. But things happen for some reason. A forest grows and burns down. Houses are being built or swept away by floods for some reason. Well, just for some reason. You can meet a person, but they'll go sleep with someone else. For some reason it happens. Maybe it's because they don't belong to you. Or maybe because nobody belongs to you. It's infinitely changing right now. Maybe this needs to be seen. And you got to acknowledge and accept yourself in all your manifestations, and then everything will align. Otherwise, you'll just keep learning, breaking again and again and again and again, in different situations. Until it simply expands your boundaries and you realize that it exists. It's not good or bad, just exists. Here it is happening. That's why it exists. It has happened, so that's how it should be apparently. No one chooses it. The person who manifested it just didn't choose it. But you can only experience this when you finally know yourself. Only when you see that you're not aware of what the next movement of the hand is, the next word, the next sound, that'll be heard in space. As soon as you see that even your choice is a given, you didn't know you were going to make a choice, to go here or there. As soon as you start seeing this, as soon as you become honest with yourself, that's when you stop suffering. But if you lie to yourself, thinking that they're all doing something wrong, you'll live in suffering. And, precisely, through suffering, you'll find yourself. See how beautiful it is. Right, it's precisely through suffering that you'll get tired of living in eternal delusion and you'll see that, well, it seems that it actually happens a bit differently from what I've been told. And I've been told how exactly it happened for them. For them, it's just the way it developed. The mango tree has always been telling the banana tree that it grows mangoes, and the banana tree suffers from not having borne mangoes its entire life. But it just wasn't supposed to. All it needed was to remain itself, being what it is. Don't look at what kind of relationships others have. Be yourself. It's going to happen for you exactly the way it should. Moreover, the person that's currently right next to you is you. Without judgment, without condemnation, observe without expectations, and you'll come to explore yourself as well. And as soon as you can accept it, just let it go. It will actually steer you through. If needed, it'll lead you apart. Well, conditionally. You'll meet someone else and it'll be fine. So it simply happens the way it happens. But the essence of suffering, for people in relationships, is that they break on expectations and meet. And then this is what happens. Time goes on, And apparently as time keeps going on, everything changes every second. And therefore they're just going to inevitably change. They inevitably change, these people, as they walk together. And they can change so much that this one looks at that one. And apparently they can no longer accept their changes, because they've kind of met some specific person and got stuck in the past. Like, you used to be this or that way. Or like, you promised me this, you told me that. And for some reason it affected them, they don't even understand why. And so it got stuck. Someone got trapped in a past moment that once was, and drags it along. And because all these following moments don't coincide with some past moment, they suffer. They suffer from not accepting themselves. The fact that they're both this and that moment and that other moment and all the infinite potential. Just like people suffer when they strongly identify with some specific profession. Time passes and they actually go to some other profession and then the next. But they are all the professions that exist. Only by being no one can you be anyone. When you free yourself from some specific form, boundaries and so on, you gain that joy, calmness and so much more. That's it, and you see that it is as it is. And that's it, and when you're just being with yourself, what should happen happens. And you'll always feel good and comfortable. If you start looking at how something happens to others, and see what isn't right with you, your ego and mind cling to it, wanting the same. This will be suffering, because you just don't accept yourself. You don't accept what you have here. You look at them and think, well, they also don't know. Then boom, and everything changes. Things change fast for us all. So, everything's actually very simple. All you need is to be honest with yourself. Here, you live, and some person appears in your space. Say whatever you say. Just be yourself, always be yourself, and don't lose yourself. Don't think about how to build some relationship with someone and so on. If you are trying to take advantage of someone, you are trying to take advantage of yourself. Just see it. If you look at some person and think that this is someone you can take advantage from, or something else, you'll drain yourself, you'll realize it. Always keep this connection in mind. You're interacting with yourself. It doesn't matter whether it's your wife, your kids, your boss, I don't know, maybe your manager or maybe employees. Whoever it is, it's always, in reality, actually, it's always you. That is, it's just the mind that divided everything. But all these names, these pointers to something. Just take a look at the true nature of what it is and you'll see that there's actually one single consciousness everywhere. So it's just not really important, it's just... And this consciousness manifested as this person who just manifests imperfectly or manifests as sick or as rich, who manifests as a king, who manifests as a vagabond, it's all the same God. And if you look and see that they're somehow unworthy and treat them in a certain way, then you're actually going to experience the same thing with someone else, who's going to look at you and perceive you in the same way. Or you'll experience it in another situation, not necessarily in relationships. You'll inevitably realize it. As you still live in that body and mind construct, which means there's I and I have relationships with someone, you must start seeing that you have a relationship with yourself. In reality, doesn't matter if it's your children, whoever those people may be. The mind thinks I'm currently communicating with a friend or now I'm communicating with my brother. This is my relative, this is someone else, this is just all untrue. These are all some made-up names. All people are relatives. All of humanity. Moreover, they're more than relatives. They're just the same material, in-depth material, all the same. We're all one single indivisible whole, not just with humanity but with everything that exists. And this, in-depth material, of all this, the air, sound, t-shirt, it's all one. And thus you're always related to yourself. And if you eat food and think it's somehow wrong and not tasty, it'll become that way for you. If you drink water and believe that it heals you, It's going to heal you. People don't just have relationships with people, but with everything. Because it's actually your very own self. And when you don't accept yourself, or perceive yourself in some way, this is how you come to know yourself. And if you perceive, you meet someone and they manifest towards you in a certain way, and you think they've cheated on you, for example, and later it just gets stuck inside you, and you drag it with you. Then every next person you meet in life is going to cheat on you. Well, conditionally, because that's the way your perception is. That's how you perceive people. It's all your perception of men. You have a concept of what they're like. Doesn't matter whether it's men or women, it's totally the same with women. If you have a perception of what someone is like, you'll inevitably know this. That's the way your perception is. You lived through a moment, and you basically took it as a basis for existence. Now all moments are like this. Now specifically, your vibrational essence will only attract this until you finally get to know yourself. It's actually simpler than that. You interact while you are with someone and while you have relationships with someone. As soon you have a relationship with yourself, as soon as you see that there's no others, and there's only you, you'll accept yourself in all your manifestations, and then you'll observe your perception. You'll see your perception, how you suffer from your perception. Someone did something. They didn't choose to do or not to do, it just happened. The rain just falls, it doesn't choose to fall or not, it just happens. And you'll see the in-depth essence. Yes, there's a huge number of people, humanity, who are all delusional. It doesn't matter, let them live in this delusion. Altogether, even all 8 billion. You can, thanks to your sincerity, start seeing it just the way it is. They just don't look there at all. How can't you see it? Everything is shaped in such a way that people's attention is not directed to self-discovery. They're just constantly told something, they're told something, told something. Has anyone ever told you in your life that whatever they say isn't the truth? Have you ever thought that it can't be true, it's not the color white? But it knows itself. The truth knows itself. And all this knowledge that you have is false. But the mind clings to it, and this has been imposed on everyone, all humanity. They were raised and kept in these concepts. Go to school, kindergarten, go to university. Go there, do this at work, do that. And so they're just constantly somewhere. On the phone, in the room, in someone else's lives, lost themselves. So it doesn't matter how anyone does it. Even if the whole world keeps doing it, you can hear this and direct your attention inward and know yourself, and you'll be able to see the genuine truth. It's like your entire life you've been told what this water tastes like. The most diverse people, and all of humanity. They go to school and they get told there what this water tastes like. Then go to university and get told what this water tastes like. Then people at work tell them what this water tastes like. Then parents, grandparents. So everyone's told what it tastes like. And then after 50 years you decide to open this bottle. Just to take a sip. And realize that all of them were wrong. They just turned out to be unable to convey their perception of taste to you. And these words, they simply have no chance to convey that taste. All of humanity has no chance to convey that taste. But it knows itself when it's going to happen, and therefore it just never needed. It just never truly needed for someone to try to explain it to others